The long-awaited Crucible dropped today, and oh boy was there feedback. And by feedback, I mean mostly negative feedback. And we're going to get into exactly what everybody is upset about and what personally I agree with and don't agree with. Now, I do want to start out real quick by saying this. I do like the game, and I see a whole lot of potential in the game. So, no, I'm not going to tell you that I think that this game sucks and it's not going to go anywhere. I'm super excited to see where this game goes. I'm just going to talk about the current state of the game and whether you should run to Steam to download it. One of the biggest upsets about the game is the PvP. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. The team fights are immersive and very fast paced. The problem is you never feel like you're doing enough damage, no matter what your level is. If you're used to like MOBAs or, for example, Paragon, as you level up, you deal more damage. This game, it never really feels like you deal extra damage, even with headshots. Most of the time, you feel like you just have to mag dump on every player that you come across. This can make even 1v1s feel like 5-minute battles between the two of you. Honestly, if there wasn't damage over time buffs, I feel like it would even go 10 minutes. It's kind of ridiculous how little damage you deal to each other. Also, unfortunately, PvP doesn't happen all that much in these lobbies either. In Heart of the Hive, the only time you really get any PvP action is when the Hive is active. There are objectives that happen during the game, but I feel like the map is so big that you can complete these side objectives without running into any other player besides your teammates. Another big issue I have with the combat system is, especially with the hunters that use guns, the spread on them is insane. For example, the SMG can feel like something you ripped right out of Fortnite. It feels like the bloom is so bad that you can hardly even aim after the first couple shots. So you hardly land any of your shots due to this bloom, and when you do land the shots, you just don't do as much damage. And again, as you progress, you unlock abilities that will allow you to deal more damage. It's just the problem is you don't see it. When you're looking at the health bars, you're not seeing it go down any faster in level 7 than it did at level 3. It almost feels like the devs were too nervous to make anybody too strong or, quote, broken. So they just made everybody hit like a feather. So while I love the PvP, what I think they could do, increase the damage so that the fights don't last as long, but make the map smaller or add objectives that cause more PvP fighting. That way it happens more often, but it doesn't feel like one fight has to last 15 minutes. Another odd thing that people are complaining about is there's no voice chat or text chat. And I'm not saying odd as in they're complaining about it, odd as in the game developers didn't think of putting any form of game chat in the game. So you're kind of left as a solo without any comms whatsoever. And not being able to talk to your teammates can be a huge disadvantage in a game like this. And the last thing that I thought was extremely interesting that they did not put in the game is a mini-map. Now you can hit M and open up the map on screen, but there's no mini-map at all. So between no voice chat, no text chat, and no mini-map, it can make fighting as a team very complicated. With everything else, I really don't want to get into because it is too early. For example, like the skill tree of each character, it allows customization, but there's not a whole lot of customization there. But it just came out, so they could be adding more to the skill tree, of course. But as of right now, I don't feel like it's as big of a deal to need to point some of those things out. But overall, I really do enjoy the game. The PvP is a lot of fun. It's just some small balancing issues that they really need to work on. And I definitely feel like they're going to. I think the game was definitely underwhelming. People expected a lot more, especially since Amazon backed it up and published it. So I'm really hoping that they're taking this negative feedback and they're building off of it to make the game better. Now, there are some people just hating the game. Some people just don't like MOBA type mechanics. And that just means this isn't the game for you, honestly. But I do agree with most of the things stated in the combat system, especially guns. Guns just feel useless, which is a shame because most of the characters, besides like a couple, use them. And I think a mini map should have been a no-brainer. But hey, I don't develop games. I'm just saying. I think a mini map would be pretty important. Personally, voice chat, text chat, I mean, people are just toxic. I could care less, but I do see the importance in them. So overall, either make the map smaller to promote more team fights, add smaller objectives before the hives that cause team fights, because the PvP is really where this game shines. They just need to work on damage scaling and forcing more PvP besides PvE. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you did not. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, I do stream on Twitch Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So go on over there. Follow me. I'd appreciate it. I play Escape from Tarkov, and I will be adding this game to my rotation as well. So I play two right now, Crucible and Escape from Tarkov. And let me know what you guys think about the initial release. Zyconetic, thank you so much for watching. Psycho out.